Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball goes fast. A 4-week season where the top performers become captains. Week 1 saw Team Hens go undefeated. Team wins dominate the leaderboard. So Valentine Anderson, Thompson, Hoffman, and Hens have gone from allies to adversaries. In Week 2, who remains dominant? Who faces adversity for the first time? Who remains atop the leaderboard? Welcome back to Omaha, Nebraska. We serve up top volleyball action right now. Welcome to Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball Championship presented by Nike. Some of those questions have already been answered. Team Hens continues to dominate it, going undefeated in their first match. This is match number 2. Welcome into Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Team Thompson taking on Team Hoffman. Domination by Team Hens in Week 1 meant the captains would come from that squad. Morgan Hens repeats. Everyone else is new. And in fact, Jordan Thompson and Claire Hoffman are new to the position overall, and they will face one another in match number 1. Hi, everybody. Welcome inside. I'm Kevin Barnett. I'll be joined by Olympian Key Michael here in just a moment. For the captains, the role and the responsibilities are great. More than just your own play, you must also manage the schedule, the practices, the meals, everything about being a team. How do new players deal with that responsibility? A couple of first-timers have planned it, and they're with Key Michael right now.
2 brand new captains at the helm. Claire, what was your strategy in the draft as a newbie?
I'm just excited. I think we have a really well-balanced team and got some ball control back there, and yeah, some good firepower.
From teammates to frenemies, and you had back-to-back 20-point performances, but you told me the draft was all about the vibes. How's that paying off for you?
I mean, I think it's going pretty good. I'm really excited about this group. I feel like we're keeping the vibes high, so I'm excited to get after it and play my now enemy.
Let's go, ladies. Leave it all on the court. Back to you, Kevin.
My now enemy. That is how it goes from teammates to adversaries. And we'll see how Team Hoffman fares against Team Thompson, who made some interesting choices. Maddie Bugg, the first setter chosen. Maddie Bugg kind of in and out of the starting lineup a year ago in that role. Number 10 in black. She will start for Team Thompson on the gold side. For the other side in Team Hoffman, there's a look at Bugg, the Stanford All-American and national champion. For Team Hoffman, Taylor Sambothy in the middle. And they may have some immediate challenges, but they have a couple of previous captains to lean on. Brittany Abercrombie at opposite. Always exceptional. Our defending champion, Brooke Nuneviller, at outside hitter, had herself a strong Week 1. And Elise Getzinger is going to play a large role here for the other side, as Emily Thader is unavailable. So Getzinger gets the start at middle. Dumped right away from the women clad in purple. That's Team Hoffman, and that's going to be the setter, the 2-time Olympic medalist, Micah Hancock.
Yeah, we had some questions about her last week. She had a little injury in the neck, but she was taken as a first role setter, so we'll see how healthy she is.
Yeah, I spoke to her yesterday. She said everything's kind of straightened out. She had one of those osmosis patches on the neck, and that thing may have gone to the left arm because that thing is looking inflamed and fiery.
That's why she gets chosen so high. It's not the fact that she's an Olympic medalist, that she has so much experience. It's that serve right there. When you talk about setters, how are they scoring more points? That's it.
Yeah, she said when you get back to playing after a little while, sometimes the neck can go haywire as a setter because you're doing everything overhead. So she needed a day's break from that, and I'm sure the other side is happy to get a break from her service turn, as the second one is a miss, but it has already recorded plus 12. First timers in the league last week, Natalia Zila Pereira, also known just plainly as Natalia during her exceptional international career, representing Brazil. Ooh. Nice dig there by number 8, Maddie Haynes, who gets the start. Haynes big on the outside, but that ball is tipped past her by the ever-efficient Brittany Abercrombie, who kind of rounded into shape as things wore on over the course of week number 1, getting back to her old school numbers.
Yeah, she was the #1 overall draft pick for good reason. She ended with 19 points in her final match, but she only started with 5 in the first night. So just getting back into her form that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, she did get back to hitting north of 400, which is normal. Getzinger cleans up that opportunity as it pops up off the block.
And my question mark for this gold side is we saw how effective Thompson was last week. She was really carrying that purple squad for the first 2 matches, I'd say. It balanced out in the third, but can there be some more efficiency, more productivity out of other areas tonight?
Getting her 24th in points on the leaderboard coming into the weekend. She serves Brittany Abercrombie straight into the block. That is covered, but not effectively enough. And that'll be a block. Quite the tall front line right now with Thompson, McCage, and Maddie Haynes. Haynes at outside 6'4", bringing some height to that left side position. Perhaps a matchup start for her up against Abercrombie, as that ball is cleverly done by Claire Hoffman, who put herself into the captain's chair via some pretty steady output, particularly in day 3.
Yeah, well, she was on the same team as Thompson, so offensively she only had about 26 kills overall, but half of them were in that third match when we talked about that balance being more of a factor on the purple side.
Yeah, the purple side here is captained by Hoffman because it was a sweep on 180 points for Team Hens in that final match, and we saw Team Hens continue those winning ways in match number 1. 75-58 as Molly McCage gets the block there. Number 1 middle off the board. Jordan Thompson, gold medal, silver medal. Looking for a Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball Championship. She's going to dethrone Brittany Abercrombie, who gets that kill. 2024's champion and our current defending leader.
Yeah, the 2 of the best opposites in the tournament right here facing off. This is going to be a really heavy hitting match in those 2 pin positions.
That ball is tight. Bug will dump it. So both setters with a kill early.
Yeah, and Bug was out for the first match today. She was at a wedding, didn't get any points there, but she was subbed in only for 1 set in the second, showed what she could do. Became kind of a double sub in that third match, and I think that's why we saw her rise up in the draft strategy.
Another tough serve. Hancock got a hold of it. Sambothi has 4 hands in front. McCage and Bug together. McCage fronting right there.
Yeah, great read. Recognizing what Hancock wants to do in that particular situation.
Haynes working down the line. Hoffman, perfect pass, swing. Cannot get off the hands. Lots of options here. McCage backslide. Talia off the heel of her hand. Second joust, no go. Thompson taking out the trash.
I can already see what Bug's trying to do. We've seen her go to a few different positions, not heavily to Thompson, until it gets to sort of second, third, fourth ball in a rally. She's trying to establish other players so the blockers don't just camp out on Thompson.
Back to the other opposite, right to the opposite spot. Kind of a dueling strategy here. Slides and D-balls. How about a big thrown in there and thrown back by McCage.
That's what McCage does so well. Had 10 blocks over the last weekend because she reads the situation well. Watch her footwork there. She's almost been pulled to the left side to go with Sambothi or maybe Abercrombie, but she just takes 1 step back to get in the right spot.
Remember those individual points. That is plus 12 for McCage as she picks up those points, and her side is on a 4-0 run looking for 5. Opportunity here. McCage again. Got it. Molly McCage, points on points. Block for 12, kill for 8, plus 20 for her side in her own personal score, now 9-5.
And she and Bug going back years, I think since 2010, been playing in the national team together on and off.
Yeah, Molly McCage getting a resurgent part of her career, joining the national team this summer for the first time in a long time. Thompson, another banger.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a timeout coming up here real quick, and there it is.
10-5, 6-0 run. Team Hoffman already on the defensive. We've talked a lot about the rosters already, how they're put together, strengths and weaknesses. We're going to look back to the draft and what the captains faced in trying to put together their very first Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball squads. The Athletes Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball Championship is sponsored by Nike. A look at the many talented faces. President Athletes Unlimited Season 5 here. 10-5 in set number 1. Thompson over Hoffman as captain. Who first? Positions of power. Best complement to your skills. What do you choose is the question. Key Michael has all the answers.
I've got a couple of the answers, Kevin. We're talking draft strategy between two pin attackers, and you might think they're probably going to do something similar. They absolutely did not. Well, the first thing that Hoffman did was she took the champion from last year. No surprise there. Her efficiency skyrocketed over last weekend. Then you've got a climber in Brooke Nuneviller who wasn't picked immediately off the board last weekend, but she proved herself when she got on court. And then you've got a combination between these two middles, highly effective. I like them being chosen again. On the other side, Miss Thompson has taken a middle blocker first, and Molly herself said, why'd you do that? Well, how about some blocks? 10 alone Molly had last weekend. This pick was effectively at the same time because of the snake pick. You've got a veteran here in Natalia. And one of the players I'm really impressed with and excited to see in that starting role is a 90% efficiency on the first night was Getzinger. So that's why she gets picked again. However, only 3 players in this entire group were on that purple squad, so somebody is going to have to step up here again tonight.
We'll see who it is. Nuneviller did not start the very first match, but she did make her presence known as Team Hoffman is dealing with the presence of Team Thompson already. The women in black and gold hitting 550 to Hoffman's 140. Here as we continue set number 1. Hoffman passes off the net. Gonna have to hit her way out. Instead, it's right into the lap of Pina Pinoy. And converted. Pina Pinoy out of Thailand, drafted 9th here. 4 liberos in the pool. You have to have one on your roster. This position limited. As Maddie Haynes is back around again. Quick work by Thompson to side out each time. Another dig by Pinoy. Another kill by Thompson. It's just a different sound when she lays into the ball.
Hearing that sound, I have a feeling we're going to get that a lot tonight because of what we saw from Thompson in week 1. You know that gold side's going to go back to her again and again.
Leaving that one in the middle. Thompson this time with the defense. Unable to get a swing. Bug here on the block. Good touch. Better opportunity now. McCage, backslide winner, straight down the line, and Justine Wong-Arantes. A little high heat.
And we talk a lot about the blocks of Molly McCage, but the touches are just as important. She slows that ball down. She's able to get that ball to her defense. Here it is off the hands, and then it's a simple pickup in the backcourt, and she's offensive because of it.
That one finally banged through the block. Abercrombie with the kill.
Abercrombie, we mentioned it, had to climb back into her role that we saw last season, but looking more and more comfortable every day, and that's kind of her go-to, that deep corner between 2 defenders.
And they ran that to 9-0. Tough pass for Haynes. Natalia has to do something with it. Is there enough room for Bug? There is not. The opposite battle continues. Thompson with 3. Abercrombie, as we wait for the stats to update in similar territory. Three kills, 420 for Abercrombie. No swing this time. Where do you go? Looking for the 40 set points by taking the first set. Sambothi has to tip that ball's a little low, and a net violation will have it. Hoffman with some life here in the first. Remember, you get individual stat points. That's going to account for about 40% of your total. Unless you're picking up MVP points, I'll add a couple % in there. About 60% of your score comes from team success. That is what Team Hens experienced last weekend and earlier in our match. 3-0, 4th kill there for Thompson. She's 4 of 5, and the rest of the league weeps.
I mean, this is what makes her so strong, her versatility. So you've seen her hit from the right side, front court, but back court as well. They can absolutely utilize her down that middle zone.
Second service error this first set for Team Thompson.
I'm keeping my eye on them. You saw how lethal it was for the orange side just moments ago. It's so many errors from the serve.
Yeah, Valentine Anderson. There's an ace serve the other way, Sambothy. Team Valentine Anderson had 6 service errors in a first set that ended up being 25-23 in favor of Pence. It kind of set the tone for the rest of that match as Sambothy drops this one off the countertop.
I don't mind that error. Sambothy had an ace in every single match last weekend, and I think if you have that kind of confidence going in, if you make an ace followed up by an error, that's fine by me. You have to go aggressive.
Ace service back the other way. There's one coming from Bug. Bug, part of a volleyball family. She and husband Matt West, both setters. West out of Pepperdine, Bug from Stanford. West most recently seen, he's a little bit like Carmen Sandiego. We saw him in India.
Yeah, that Lupe Prime Volleyball League out there that has some interesting scoring strategies as well. They do something like the super serve. You get double points for an ace. You can call for a double point at any time. I feel like some kind of collaboration between Athletes Unlimited could be in the future because they have a similar way of thinking about the game.
I know you're feeling a pull back to India where you've announced before as Bug tries to continue the run. Instead blasts it long off of the Maddie Haynes kill in the previous rotation. 17-11. Thompson in control of set number 1 thus far. Hancock back to the line already with 1. Rip that first one. Good touch, opportunity to turn. Overpass. Longarantes takes control. And Nuneviller cleverly shoves that one past the block down the line.
Nuneviller proving why she was drafted so much higher this time around. She went from 21st to 9th because of that kind of play. Ended up with 32 points last weekend, not having even started the series.
Yeah, really took control of that spot. That went deep into the corner. Pinoy, bump set. Thompson. Did she get hands? No.
So Thompson, again, last week, we're trying to figure out why is she so dominant. Had only 5 attacking errors. So she's got 1 here tonight. But that's what keeps her so dominant, is she just keeps it real clean.
Yeah, remember that you get negative points for those errors. You're going to take a negative 12. You're going to take a positive 8 for a kill there. And Natalia Parera showing you a little bit of the heat that's made her a multiple-time medalist across VNL Grand Prix, as well as the Olympic Games for Brazil. Thompson got just enough of that one. That ball's outside the antenna, will have to be dealt with. Thompson covering tip. Both teams a little bit off balance, and eventually the ball falling on the Hoffman side.
And a couple of tip covers by Thompson as well. And typically you might think, all right, you tip on Thompson, get her out of the offense, but she's been doing a great job of picking balls up defensively as well as that offense she brings.
19-13, timeout called by Team Hoffman, and so that's going to be their second timeout as they now trail by 6 later in the set. Each week, values go up, values go down. Key, you have a couple of risers over the last week.
Yeah, I was looking at some players that just rose up in the draft because this is what's important to me, is how you perform going forward. It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. And Goodzinger, one of those that was phenomenal in her night 1. She had 9 kills, 1 block. She hit 90%, as I mentioned, at the board. So she goes up 9 draft points. Brooke Nuneviller as well, showing her range and efficiency at about 30% all weekend. Maddie Bug, who was out that first night, but they used her as a double sub, and then that's why she rises up 22 points.
Look at Elise Getzinger, who was part of that rise. Emily Thader unavailable for a couple of match days, so Getzinger is into that spot. She performed well on Friday night, opening evening of play in week 1. Other players sinking down the draft: Hilly, Sydney Hilly, Claire Chaussee, and Temi Thomas Ilara. For every riser, there has to be an equal and opposite effect. It's a little bit like physics.
Yeah, but 2 of them on the Hens team, and they got a different role this week. So coming in as double sub, or maybe just as a serving sub. So interesting that you can utilize players in different ways.
Natalia trying to utilize another serve. This one down the line, and that is another 12 points for her. And another point on the board for her side. 20-13, they creep closer to those 40 set points.
I think the key as well as getting aces like this on Nunaville curving away is, as you mentioned, when you get a chance to get on court, even if you're just in a serving role or in a defensive role or a double sub, you have to prove why you should be there full time, because it's such a short league. You got to prove it when you get on court, also in those trainings.
Natalia says she enjoys reading, cooking, and visiting new restaurants in her off time. That's actually quite common. That's an extremely common combination between professional players.
We like snacks.
I hope the restaurants here in Omaha have been getting a little boost. We'll look forward to going to Madison. We're going to be with you the second 2 weeks of play from Madison, Wisconsin. That'll be October 23rd to November 2nd. Veterans Memorial Coliseum at the Alliant Energy Center will be host to these fantastic international level volleyball athletes. As Molly McCage returns, Elise Getzinger will go to the line off the Haynes kill.
Haynes is another example of someone getting a shot right now, as Alexa Gray staying on the bench, still injured. We saw her go down with that potentially Achilles injury last week. We're not sure exactly what it was, but she's not playing tonight. And Haynes getting a start, which she might not otherwise have got, has to prove what she can do.
One-time basketball and soccer kid who is focused on volleyball, much to the delight of Cal, and now professional careers. That ball is wide. And I like that Maddie Haynes says her mentor is Haley Washington. How about that? An outside choose in a middle key?
Hashtag middles for president.
Wow, that's like an upside down world. It's a place where people had evil mustaches.
Are you telling me Molly McCage is not your idol? Be honest.
Not really about me. Nice dig by Getzinger. Not quite enough height as McCage nearly had it. That would have been a double middle dig. Key Michael would have jumped out of her seat in celebration.
Yeah, I always joke that it should be worth double.
Yeah, maybe.
When a middle gets a point. Well, middle gets a dig at least.
Kenna Vicini, one of several Stanford Cardinal here. Haynes from across the bay cracks that one, and it's dug. Hoffman with the push, and it's down. Claire Hoffman also played in the Pac-12, playing at Washington. Three-time All-American there at UW for the Dogs. Probably feeling pretty comfortable in purple right about now.
Yeah, feeling comfortable all around. She's got a couple of wins under her belt already last week. First time as a captain, but somebody that certainly has learned from the last year and this year, working with some solid captains.
I like the going for the opposite right away. Brittany Abercrombie as the defending champ. Then Micah Hancock going for the strong service and excellent setting. And then Brooke Nunaville are getting a lot of value in those first three picks before going middle, with a couple of very similar middles in that they are both very quick. Vicini and Sambothi. Sambothi more that slide hitter.
Yeah, and I like Vicini as more of a blocking presence, but I think it's interesting. We've seen a few different teams go with combination picks of the same two middles that played together last week. In fact, every single team has the same combination of middles. And that's one good reason why you get some confidence there from Molly McCage with a huge swing in the other direction.
Yeah, she's found success next to the setter, not just with the backslide, which we're used to seeing from number 5. McCage leading the player executive committee, getting into leadership. Nice overhand lead, and that'll do. Hoffman sneaks it through. Claire Hoffman was one of those risers last year.
Yeah, I think she's one of the players that you don't necessarily notice straight off the bat with the straight down kills and the big swings, but she's efficient, she's good in the reception, she's good reactions as well.
Yeah, nice reaction there for Team Hoffman off the overpass from Brittany Abercrombie's serve. Micah Hancock cleans it up. Another overpass. Yeah, I think you got to call something there, don't you know? There's front row, bug in the front row, so that was a legal block. And a touch there, out of bounds. All of a sudden, a little momentum for Team Hoffman. And keep in mind how important this is when we start getting later in the match. That overall score, what you did in set 1, might echo in set 3. Not an eternity like it does when you're battling in Germania, but it does echo in set 3 when you need those few points that you might score but not win the set. Backslide, battling backslides. McCage going deep to the corner. No, run down by Nuneviller. Looking for hands are Hoffman. Instead, she gets a couple of fish. Net violation. Just like that, it's 23-20. Key. Here come the Purple People Eaters. What do you like?
The reception's been really good. They've been able to run a couple of things. We saw the slide action coming in, some fastball to the outside, and again, having someone, for example, Mike Hancock, who played with her 2 middles last week, that connection, that little bit of familiarity paying off. Again, just not making errors as well.
Yeah, rising up to 300 as a team in terms of hitting percentage, but still Team Thompson hitting .510. You can directly trace that to the 23-20 score. Each team with 2 aces here early on, and a couple of blocks on the Team Thompson side as well. Athletes Unlimited Women's Sports Bar Alliance is a national network where fans celebrate women's sports, athletes, AU games, and each other. To learn more, visit auprosports.com. Hoffman on a 4-0 run. If you want to add one more in there, you can go 6-1, and they are right back in this first set. Kevin Barnett alongside Olympian Key Michael. Left for Thompson, a little bit inside, but not perfect. Turned by Hancock, that'll do. Another kill in the set for number 92. I like the aggressiveness of the setter at the moment, especially when you have that left-handed capability.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier. If your strength is your left hand, her right shoulder's at the net anyway, so it just is a more comfortable turn.
Backslide, got a piece of it, but not enough. Hoffman is used out of bounds there. And that'll put Thompson to a set point. But keep in mind, this big close, down 14-8, Team Hoffman. Should they side out here and then lose? If it's back-to-back side outs, they're going to be only -3. Off a pretty rough first set. Hoffman, good pass, backslide. A little hang and bang there. Ball is long. 24-22. Second set point. Where do you go? Haynes on the right side. McCage, Natalia, and back row Thompson. If you're Bug, what do you do?
I like, if it's a good ball in, I like a McCage slide.
Can't have it. You get nothing. Transition coming. Backslide, that'll do off the block. 24-23. One more timeout in the holster for Team Thompson.
Alicia Glass looking over at Captain Thompson saying, do we want it? Do we want to wait?
Captain Thompson is not looking. She's focused on the serve. Got to be in. McCage throws it. Dug up. Big swing coming here. Nuneviller just got there. Good reset. Abercrombie. Nuneviller throws it through. Wow. Team Thompson looked frozen, and we are tied.
Big momentum shift here, and the reason for that is that pickup from Hancock. She's covering beautifully, and the team being able to work around, even if you're not going to score, you got to cover your hitters.
Forget the down 3. They're thinking about the 40 set points right now. Big comeback. That was an easy overpass. Nuneviller flying in. Got it. Cross court. They're +1. Fought off 3 set points. Did Team Hoffman. They have one of their own right now. Frustration setting in for the women clad in black. Another tough serve. The captain just out of bounds off the block. Side out. But they're going to need 2 on their own service.
Well, you asked me moments ago, who do you set? And at that point, there was a little bit of a cushion. As soon as it comes down to crunch time, you go back to Thompson 100%.
Marley Malsaray checks in, the backup setter. Service. And some defensive support. She'll squeak it over. Nunaviller just got there. A second contact from Nunaviller, but instead it's a point. So Montserrat puts it through the cable for success. Fourth opportunity to close here, having fought off one. Team Thompson in extra time. A challenge has been called. Two challenges per team per set. Team Hoffman has called a challenge here, looking for a net contact on the Thompson side.
I'm not sure if I saw anything in real time. I'm thinking that's just a slow down kind of challenge.
After further review, the challenge of net touch is unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful. The net shaking up and down there, but that was contact with the service. Totally legal for about 25 years now. Serve the ball through the net. So Marley Malsaray will step back to serve. The Windermere, Florida native. Played both for Florida and UCLA. Going deep this time. Nunaviller. Pass, swing, kill. Hoffman has fought off 4 set points here, Pete.
I love to see the fight that's in this purple side right now. Could easily have just rolled over on that final point. Not going to happen, and that's what you get at this high level.
DJ going eye of the tiger. He's spot on with Yuki. Another tough pass. That ball's too tight. Net violation. Trying to push it in was Natalia. That was a tough spot. And Hoffman is back to their second set point, the 6th that we've had in this first frame. We play 3. You got to go to 25, win by 2. The overall's worth 60. Deep serve. Nearly had the ace. They'll swing for it. Abercrombie on the right. Nunaviller on the left is the answer as she tools off of Bug's right hand. What a performance by Team Hoffman.
Now, how about that comeback? Just moments ago, we were talking about Thompson having it in the bag. If you have 4 set point opportunities in a set, you have to take them. You got to learn to be terminal. That might come to bite Thompson's team. Trailed
24-21. They fought back all the way to the victory, fighting off 4 set points. 28-26, Team Hoffman has the lead.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Go purple. Do that in the game. Do that. Let's go, purple. Perp, perp. Oh, that was nice. That was nice. I couldn't hear purple though.
Justine Wong-Arantes enjoying her time in the purple jersey, and why not? Winning is fun, as it turns out.
Comebacks are fun. 40 set points you see down there below at Team Hoffman in an incredible run. 12-3 to finish. They were down 23-16, Key. This was all over except for Brooke Nunaviller coming out with 6 kills, hitting 410.
And I think this is what you get from a player who was undervalued in week 1. She knows her responsibility now, and I like that we're seeing her from all over the court. There was a little bit of everything on this purple side. We thought it was going to be a very heavily Abercrombie offense, but I like the way that Micah Hancock was distributing it out. And Nunaviller in particular, when asked to, she was scoring even with off-speed shots. That final one with a swing off the hands and out of bounds. Not hard-driven, but volleyball IQ.
You mentioned that Nunaviller did not start the first match of week 1, but she still was amongst the leaders in stat points. She had 335 to go along with a 300 win point. She came in at 7th. Being a part of that Team Hens run last week. So she continues her excellent play. Already here, the Swiss Army knife, adding in defense and passing to go with all the offense.
I think you have to have players like that. Players that are going to be a little bit offensive, a little defensive, just a combination of that strength, height that you're seeing in different players. She kind of is really well-rounded, and that's what I like about her as a player.
All right, so adjustments on the other side. What do you think ailed them down the stretch, particularly of set 1?
Well, the passing broke down a little bit. They weren't able to use the attacking efficiency of someone like a Molly McCage. They kept then overusing Thompson, but for me, it was just a lack of terminality. There were a couple moments where it looked as if they looked comfortable, as if they had that set in the bag, and you really cannot fall asleep at the wheel.
No, you cannot. You certainly can't fall asleep in reception here as they again start with Micah Hancock. Team Hoffman should have managed that one a little bit. Justine Wong-Orantes with the dig. Johnny on the spot. Pushed down by Vicini. McKenna Vicini, who played in the PVF in 2024 for the Vegas Thrill, going to be at the Atlanta Vibe in 25. Another big swing. You can hear that. And a bigger block. Abercrombie, Vicini next to one another. We're now joined by Taylor Sambothe. Taylor, huge comeback by your side right there. That seems like your kind of energy.
It was, Kev. It was great. Really happy to be a part of this squad. And I think it's new. We're new all together, so we kind of just looked each other in the eye like, why not us? Let's go.
Why not you? I love that. Taylor, that last run, you went on a 12-3 points run. What do you think made the difference?
I think we just try to keep it chill on our side. A lot of good eye contact, not trying to rush any plays. I think can get a little quick on the other side. Go, Kenna. And so we were just trying to take our time, play the ball a little high, and give our side an opportunity.
All right, you've talked to us about someone, Feluca Akinradua, who you model your game on. When you're out there on the court, how are you trying to style like her?
You know, I'm just trying to get my eye work on. Obviously, these are all really talented setters and really talented defensive players, so the ball's in system a lot. So really just focusing on my eye work and trying to be on it. Just like her, I mean, obviously, she's a stud, so any way I can try to implement the game.
All right, quick feet, maybe consider some goggles. Thanks.
Yeah. Thanks, y'all.
All right, Taylor Sambothe checking in mid-match here as her side gets a free ball. Vicini a little bit on the scramble here, a super high ball, but that's hittable. Panoy nearly had that blast from Nunaviller. A test of cardiovascular fitness there, Key Michael.
And I reckon Taylor Sambothe would rock a pair of goggles. I think she'd be phenomenal.
I feel like they need color, though. They have to be like rose-colored or gold-colored, something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'd be feeling some vibes off a Taylor Sambothe goggle kit. Be like Walter Goggins goggles. Or Walton, hey, ace serve there. Maybe some goggles needed, some spectacles for serve reception on the other side, 4-1.
Yeah, this is what we talked about. This is what the purple side did. They stepped up their service pressure. This from Nunaviller. She actually pulls some of that heat off. So there's that zone between two players that haven't played next to each other before, that have to make a decision on how to play that ball, and it just falls.
Keep in mind how big those points are, too, as an individual. That is plus 12 for that ace serve just for Brooke Nunaviller. She's piling stats on stats going up the leaderboard right now. Perfect pass there, and that ball is blasted long, no touch, and the leaderboard will come in. Our overall leaderboard is going to be pretty well dominated by women in blue jerseys because Team Hens had that sweep. See, Thompson's still up there. That gives you an idea just how many points Thompson scored in the first week. So dominant, first and only player in week 1 over 1,000. But other players will start climbing in there, especially if Team Hoffman can put together some good team points as that one bangs through the block and down.
Yeah, Hoffman's side is looking extremely balanced. And I think that'll be the key to a team that wants to beat Thompson. That I have a feeling as the match goes on, she'll be getting more and more offense, but the more balanced that Hoffman side can stay, the better.
Yeah, you wonder how many options they have at outside hitter here for Team Thompson's side. Alexa Gray with the injury late last week. Wong-Orantes stepped in, took control of that one. Single hand blocked, quick feet and hands from Elise Getzinger.
Good read, especially because Hancock didn't move. She didn't jump off the floor. She just went up with one hand, so you really knew where that ball was going. It was going to her middle. Great reactions by Getzinger.
Getzinger making her pro debut. Originally out of Blue Mound, Wisconsin. She'll play here in Omaha for the Supernovas. coming up for the 2026 season. Bug, good coverage. Abercrombie been pretty quiet lately. And she will remain quiet for the moment.
Yeah, I think that's credit to Micah Hancock as well. We've seen her try to force the middle. We've seen her using a lot of Hoffman and Nuneviller.
Ace service creeping through the cable. Well, they're making good use of the equipment over there on the Team Thompson side.
Those are the hardest balls to pass, the ones that just dribble off the tape. It takes all the energy out of it. You can see 3 players trying to dive for it. There's just not enough time.
Hancock stretches out for that one. Getzinger made a pretty nice play after getting up on the center. Nearly had tip coverage.
Now, when Micah Hancock is front court, she wasn't front court, she was back court.
Either way.
You don't want to jump with the setter if she's back court. But if you do, you got to cover that tip, and that's good reactions by Getzinger.
Well, Micah Hancock is 5'11" with good hops. Oh, huge step block one-on-one. You're just asking about some of the blocking moves. Sam Bothy will take +12. Thank you very much.
She talked a lot about her eye work, and I think as a middle blocker, it's really important to keep looking at the ball and looking at what the options the setter on the other side has. So there she sees the bug is a little bit tight to the net. You know she's not really going to be able to force that outside. So Sabothy kind of takes that option with the middle.
I liked her little left shuffle too, a little half step to stay in front. That was a nice adjustment early before the ball was set. Down the line. Oh, couldn't get that one to fall. Vicini. So Getzinger back to serve. Love the majors of volleyball players. Biochemistry. Or at least Getzinger doing a ton of work in college while being a professional. Now, as a student athlete, you are faced with so much. Professional life's easy.
Was it her we had in chair chat who said, it's not the walk in the park you might think it is, biochemistry. So, got a sense of humor too.
Thompson, she is aggravated. Look at that facial expression. There's not a lot of fun being had right now for number 97.
Yeah, it's something we kind of saw that shift when things were not going her way in the early stages. I think it was the first match, maybe the second, but tends to turn it on.
That was captain to captain with the serve. And Haynes goes over Hancock at 6'4" on 5'11".
Good strategy. Focus on that zone of the net. When Hancock's up in the front court, she's got to be the target in terms of the gold side's offense, using that zone.
So Thompson back again. Went through a pretty tough journey after that gold medal. And she serves an ace down the line. She was a star of the Olympics, piling up 30 kills, setting records, and her side winning, then suffered a pretty severe ankle injury. Went overseas later professionally and had a hard time recovering. Had to come home, had a really bad experience with the medical care she was receiving by her pro club. Much longer than expected. Good to see her at 100%. As that joust is won by McCage over Sambothy. It's not all rainbows and ponies trying to make a living with your body and all over the planet.
Yeah, it's not the walk in the park, so you might think it is. Much like biochemistry.
Natalia, nice rundown. Haynes down the line, got it. Conversion. All 11-8, starting to stretch out a little bit. Team Thompson once again controlling the set. Timeout called by Team Hoffman. So they did it in set 1, but then lost control at the end. Can Thompson play the back half of the frame when we return? Team Thompson with a 1-point lead, but trailing in the second set. Key Michael's always looking for a good hang. Post-draft, she was hanging with first-time captain Jordan Thompson.
Hi, JT. Hello. All right, first time at the draft. What was it like sitting in the hot seat?
It was scary. I literally was like, get out of here, get out of here. Honestly, I was sweating. I was really nervous, and I kind of had, not like nightmares last night, but I was freaking out in my dreams. I was like, well, what if I want this person? What if they get picked? Oh my God. And then I woke up and I met with Leash, and I was like, okay, I feel a lot better now.
So Inquis always says you're playing with house money, and so when you're playing with somebody who's gonna score a lot of points for you, I think that's helpful.
She's like, I've already have it written down. Like, here's my idea. What do you think? I'm like, oh, thank God.
It's definitely different. I think you think like a player, but you also want to be on the numbers, knowing kind of the game that they don't see.
I just wanted to put together a solid group of great vibes, great leadership, really talented players.
Jordan's a kind of energetic player, so she wants team vibes, right? She wants good energy.
I'm really excited about my team. I can't wait.
Vibes.
Yeah.
It's all about the vibes.
Always.
Kevin, you know the vibes are always vibing here, but I think it's so important that Thompson had somebody like Alicia Glass to rely on in this zone. She's a player. She's been in that role before in that Zoom room. She's been her teammate on the national team. I mean, that is somebody, if you're going to rely on somebody to help you make those decisions as a first-time captain, that's huge. The two of them together, Team USA, already looking good.
Absolutely. Some medalists trying to solve the riddle that is AU Pro Volleyball. That one banged through and down. Coaches play an important advisory role to the captains, and it's always good to have someone like Alicia Childress, 3-year vet as an athlete here at Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball. National team with USA, 2010 to 2016, a bronze medal, mom to 3, so you know she's got all the skills now. PVF veteran, now head coach for the San Diego Mojo. 2-time USA Volleyball Athlete of the Year. So a couple of exceptional seasons in those 10 years as Sambothi has that one kicked up off of her block. And she'll get it right back. That'll trickle over. Both teams picking up the small stuff. McCage running a long ways. Abercrombie playing D. Not a lot of offense lately. None of Villar's had it, though. Hancock clean in the net after another extended rally.
And Hancock last week with Alicia Childress. Again, another one of those Team USA veterans. Learning that at the net, how to be offensive, how to take control of a rally, a long rally like that for your setter to finish it. That's important.
Micah Hancock's hitting 600. 3 kills on 5. Maybe set her some more.
Set yourself. Yeah, I think, and as well, we talk how do liberos, how do setters, how do they end up on that leaderboard as captains or up there at the top? That's how. Getting offensive.
That was a difficult end to a 5-0 run from Thompson. Hoffman, perfectly positioned, makes the play. And there is Brittany Abercrombie. I wonder where she'd gone for a while.
Yeah, a little quiet, and I wonder if Hancock's just trying to give her the right moment to attack, not using her as quite so much of an outlet set as we saw last year.
5th kill, hitting 280, Abercrombie so far. Thompson laces another one straight ahead. It's just absurd. The way she contacts the ball, the height, the power. Even if you get a dig on it, it's generally bouncing off the person somewhere else in the arena.
Yeah, there's a few opposites like that in the world of international volleyball. Poligonu, one of them. Kind of Boskovic, the other, and I'd put Thompson in that category as well.
Vargas of Turkey. Yeah, there's a plethora of world-class opposites right now. Eric Sullivan, lucky to have one of them in a USA jersey. 12 up, second set, but keep an eye on that overall, 40 to 38. Team Hoffman with the lead. Make it 40 to 39. Close competition continues.
Good spot by Natalia, again targeting middle blocker who's just served. The weaker of the defenders going deep into that corner. Sambothi in a good spot, but look at the height on the swing as well. Natalia just going OT.
Hoffman lost her platform and gets an ace there. That'll be a receiving error for her. That'll be an ace for the other side. Molly McCage picking up the points there. If you weren't with us to start this one, it was 28-26 in the first set. A comeback performance, 12-3, a run from Team Hoffman. They fought off 4 set points, took 2 of their own to close it. They're trailing here in the second. Might be trailing by more. Oh, collision between Getzinger and Bug. This time a little cleaner opportunity, but well off the net. Vicini pass, and there is another swing. Justine Wangarante steps in. Vicini scoops it overhead. That might have been a double contact. That was a sketchy lift call. No call made. Down the line, McCage with more defense. What's your 0-2 max? We're about to find out here as Thompson finally finishes it and Bug gets some air.
And I'm wondering what that conversation is between the two players there and the communication. Here's the last dig by Molly McCage, because it's the final push. That was one of the longest rallies we've seen the entire season. I'm wondering why Getzinger was stepping into set instead of Bug. Maybe they've got something up their sleeve that we don't know about.
Another misconnection. Already Hoffman has called 1 timeout in this first set. That was at 11-8. They now trail 16-12. On McCage, recognized nationally while playing at Texas. Vicini the same while playing at Stanford. National title there, and 3 Pac-12 crowns in 5 years. Back when that used to be a thing. Guess who's at the line? The difference maker. 2 national titles for that jump serve. Wangarante's under it. Abercrombie cannot get past to Natalia.
Beautiful turn back inside from Natalia. It's the outside arm that makes all the difference here. Have a look. Abercrombie kind of struggling to get outside. She doesn't have a whole lot of time to make that movement. The ball then comes fast as well.
5-1 the run. Make it 6-1. And that will have another timeout being called at 18-13. Not dissimilar from where we were. We were at 19-13 at one point in the first set, only to watch Hoffman come all the way back. A 5-0 run early for Team Thompson, and now a 6-1 run later in the set. Welcome inside, Kevin Barnett alongside Olympian Key Michael. Key, how does Team Thompson hold on to this set? How do they not let it get away from the way they did in the first?
They've already got 3 aces in this set alone.
Okay.
So we've seen them step up from the service line. I think they have to continue that because it's causing some trouble on the purple side with where do they go, what kind of offense do they going to use, but at the same time, long rallies. Who can outlast the other? It feels like defense is playing a bigger role in this second set, and those outlasting plays are really important.
Now we're looking at Molly McCage. She's been effective in the middle, and you talked about how they've been going away from Thompson, kind of the known quantity. Would you continue doing that, or should they just feed her more, make it a simple game, set your best hitter?
I like the idea of keeping balance.
Okay.
Especially if you look at the way the scoreline is going now. You want to be able to use her in those clutch moments. So the important part is when you have a little bit of a lead, like right now, feed your other hitters so that the blockers on the purple side don't start camping out on Thompson, because if it does get tight again and you want her to get a quick point, you can't have her have 3 blockers up.
All right, it has to be carpe diem. When you get an opportunity in this league, you have to take advantage. Maddie Haynes, the back row, making a play there. And Thompson cleaning it up. That one going all the way through the DJ booth. Haynes is 5 kills on 10, hitting 500, no errors. McCage 6 kills on 12, no errors. That would be 500 once again. So yeah, maybe you don't have to rely on just the captain, but the captain certainly can take care of business when needed. Another big block. Thompson defensively at this time. She is stacking those points into double figures. 10 kills. That's her first block to go along with an ace.
We talk so much about her offense, but look at the discipline in this block. And you see that she's already got her hair up in a bun because she got called on that a couple times early in week 1, but such a solid finish.
So I asked you about Thompson. What about Abercrombie? 6 kills on 18 right now.
Yeah, she went a little bit quiet. She's not as strong as we saw last year. Again, we saw her rise a little bit in that last week. Her efficiency improved over the course of 3 days. But is she the player that she was, that she could carry the load like Thompson is? Well, it'll help with a big block like that.
Yeah, and help to make some plays in other areas if Vicini gets a hold of that. Good set by Abercrombie on the outside. That'll keep Nuneviller at the line. Hoffman in the front row. Morantes with the dig. Overhead, Natalia inside the block and down. Key conversion, trying to hang on to that distance, 21-15.
Well, Gold ends up getting this point, but have a look at this from Justine Wongaranta. She knows Jordan Thompson better than anyone in this gym. Playing together in the national team, just sits in the perfect position to pop it up.
Standing right in between the block, there was Bug, and that pays. What defense from number 10.
Yeah, defense is the key. We saw it on the Hens side when they were having a stellar performance here earlier today. You have to have a team that can pick that first contact up, get that ball going so your team can get offensive.
The pull here is 10-3 for Team Thompson. Bug steps up, Calm bumps up. Thompson, another big attack. Nuneviller got it. It's a heavyweight fight at the pins. Nuneviller comes right down the pipe. Brooke Nuneviller made an outstanding dig in the middle of that rally with Thompson coming over the block full steam. Hope she had a nice dinner out and the break couple days we had before embarking on the weekend. Saw her at Clio in downtown Omaha. Players enjoying this beautiful volleyball city. Chip there, reset, Getzinger, nice play. It's a little too fast to the outside. Hancock to Abercrombie. She'll clean that up.
Love that choice by Hancock. You saw Getzinger moving with Hancock as she's going forward on the net, expecting that ball to either go to Nuneviller or maybe Hoffman on the outside. It's a beautiful fling back from Hancock. Gets a one-on-one for Abercrombie. That's exactly what you want as a setter.
A little bit of dampness on the floor. We'll get that cleaned up underneath Sambothi. Yeah, when the happy feet for Hancock start going, you know there's good things happening on her side.
Yeah, you'll see those happy feet after an ace serve as well. It's little dance moves. She's a vibes player as well.
Want to have that one back for sure, Team Hoffman. They now trail by 4 in the overall. Keep an eye on that, 49-45. As we creep close to the end of this second set. Thompson looking to take those 40 team points as Montserrat checks back in. They tried to close with her before. She put one through the cable. They were looking for a couple. See if she goes flat here again. Another strong serve to the middle. Abercrombie touched by Haynes. Abercrombie tries to swipe the block, can't find it. Set point, Thompson.
That was a crucial one for me. Thinking back to the 23-16 lead that the Gold side had in that first set and weren't able to put it away. They needed this to convert into a set point immediately.
So much more room in this set to close. They still want to keep those points out as far as possible. They're +5 right now. 50-45. Bang through the block and down. 50-46. Second set points. Do you go to Thompson? Already 11 kills, 10 digs. Haynes outside, blocked by Hancock. And another. So it'll be a third set point. 50-47.
It took him 4 set points to get it done in the first.
Redirect is good. Will it take them 4 here? Boy, they have given back what could have been a 6-point advantage headed to the third set. They are now at just 2. 50-48. No timeout called by the captain. They soldier on. Haynes, bad pass. Thompson, right side. Justine Wong-Arantes with the defense. Hoffman, does that one find the crowd? Not yet. Where do you go? Sambothi, Hoffman, Abercrombie, the captain. Got it! 24-21, but more importantly, 50-49.
And again, it's the reception unit that's breaking down on that gold side a couple times in a row. The ball just hasn't gone where they want it.
Plenty of room in the set still. And you're going to have to make a call here. It's going to be a back row setter bug reaching across the net, and it will be a 6th set point. They already have 10 set points between the first and the second. They finally call a timeout at 24-22. Really in trouble in this set now. Key Michael, does this go beyond volleyball execution? Is this in the testa?
In the dome.
In the head.
It might be something like that, because I think, and you don't want to fall victim to this, when you think that you've got the set in the bag, whether it be here at Athletes Unlimited or any time you're playing volleyball, you cannot think like that. You have to think in a way that is terminal, in a way that is, how do I score this immediately? You can't just get complacent in it, and I feel like it's a discipline on that first contact. The serve has been solid, but not enough for it to be a bad pass every single time since it was 24-17.
On the other side, what's your approach mentally to serving? Abercrombie's back there. How do you think about this serve right now? What are you telling yourself?
She's probably telling herself to go for it.
Okay.
I know she has to be in the back of her mind thinking not to make the error, because one error here could cost the entire set. But she's got to be offensive. She's got them on the back foot. She's got them thinking on the defensive mind. So I say go for it.
All right, thinking offensively. Brittany Abercrombie for Team Hoffman. On the rally, no. Double heel of the hands to the forehead, indeed, as they let Team Thompson off the hook. 25-22. Took them 6 set points to eventually just get a service error. And it's going to be 51-50. Thompson up, headed into the third set, and that makes it quite simple. No magic numbers, no extra things to keep track of. It is a 100-point third set. Whoever wins the set wins 100 points and the match. Thompson has looked very good through the early parts of sets, but they have taken 10 set points to lose the first and then win the second. They lead 51-50. Kevin Barnett alongside Olympian Key Michael. Key for all the consternation through 2. There's been one constant. That is Jordan Thompson. 11 kills, 1 ace, 1 block. Her side leading by 1.
She stepped up as well. We saw her quite relaxed in the first set, only got 5 kills there, but turned it on with 8 kills in that second set. So I think, again, the sign of a good leader and a good player is that she's improving as the match goes on, and she's doing it by adding all sorts of points, not only in the offense, but also with that serve down the line. She's one of those players that you're throwing the ball in her direction, and Maddie Buck does it right there. doesn't matter if the ball dies inside or if it's high outside. She's getting her feet there, making really good contact at a high point, and that's why she's so effective.
Yeah, Jordan Thompson having an effective career. As we look at her points breakdown here. She's getting a lot of points from MVP. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
Yeah, and that's because she's delivering in all different areas. She's not a one-sided player. Obviously, as an opposite, she doesn't have to do a whole lot of passing. Every once in a while, she might grab a ball off the net, but mostly she's just attacking, blocking, and serving, and she does those three things better than most people in the world.
Says she enjoys going to thrift stores and riding horses in her time off. I think you guys are going to go and do one of those things in the next couple days.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get her and Molly McCage to dress me for the broadcast. Let's see.
Thrifting, can't wait. See you in some vintage Omaha, Key Michael. And that ball will have gone over inside of the court, and that is not going to be legal as we begin our third set. Here, gives us a chance to visit with Alexa Gray in our chair chat. Hi, Alexa.
Hi.
Hey, can you give us an update on how you're feeling here? We know you went down a little bit at the end of the last week.
Yeah, I'm feeling much better. Just had a little Achilles pain, but feeling much better today. Did a little passing this morning, and hopefully going to be back for the last 2 games this week.
All right, I'm going to get real personal here and talk middles.
Okay.
Who has been the most impressive for you?
Honestly, the last week I've been with Molly McCage, and she impresses me more and more every game. Just her athleticism, her on running the fast. She's just so high, and I feel like she has every shot. And yeah, just every day she's getting more and more impressive.
Now, you spent a lot of time playing here at the collegiate level. How would you compare the collegiate level that you came out of to when you started your pro career? How different were those 2 levels?
Yeah, I think the ball moves faster. So just the pure aspect of moving your body faster. The sets are faster. Just had to adjust to that, and also personally hitting the ball harder. I had to consciously tell myself, hey, keep hitting the ball harder, because I wasn't getting any points. So you had to adjust in some way. But yeah, I love playing this volleyball. It's really fun, and honestly, there's so many good players here, and it's been really fun to play with Americans and be home. So I've been having a lot of fun.
Speaking of playing with Americans, you're with the Canadian national team usually, but you took this summer off. Were you watching any of these players internationally? We've got Justine Moirantes, Morgan Hens, Molly, that were with the VNL and in the World Champs. Were you keeping an eye on them as well as your own team?
Oh yeah, I think any volleyball player is addicted to watching volleyball. So I was up at all hours of the night trying to see who's playing well and just see, what all the new players, because there was a lot of new faces, I think, throughout the whole circuit of VNL. So it was fun to watch.
All right, Alexa, we know we have Molly signed up to dress Key and try and get her in some fashionable clothes. You may also qualify for that. We're going to have to get you on the shopping run here.
I do love shopping, so I'm an online shopping fiend. So if anyone needs something, I'm usually on my laptop.
I do. I need you to dress me for the next broadcast. I need some style tips.
Okay, let's do it. I love shopping with other people's credit cards. So.
Perfect. Thanks, Alexa, for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, Key Michael, looks like you're all set, although your bank account might take a hit.
I know. I'm putting myself in.
Meantime, we watched a couple of rifle serves come from Micah Hancock, another ace, and now Team Hoffman is the aggressor here. Remember what's at stake. The overall victory is one thing. Yes, everyone wants to have that overall victory and that feeling, but you also want to lead your team, if you're Micah Hancock, to 100 team points on that leaderboard. Those team points are going to prove massive here, and whoever wins this set is going to take that via that overall score, which currently sits at 54 up. Getzinger, deep middle. Bug digs it over, redirect. Abercrombie, 6'4", decides to battle almost anybody at the net.
And it's a great reactionary play from Abercrombie. I think that ball was well kept off the floor by Bug. Just that little bit extra needed to be taken off to keep it on her side, but still a good play by Abercrombie.
Overpass. And that'll be another back row setter violation against Bug. Remember, there was one late in that previous set as well. What do you do with the pass here if you've jammed your setter a few times?
As in, what does the purple side do, or what do you want the goal to do? Keep it off the net.
I mean, it seems like 4 feet off is better than 6 inches over. More trouble receiving. McCage in front, can't get a clean connect. Abercrombie still struggling a bit to find the solution to a lot of these balls here that last year seems like everything was dropping. Yeah, Brittany Abercrombie hitting right around 200. Now 180 with that miss. 9 kills, 1 block, 3 errors on 27. Chance for Team Thompson. Yes, got it. That'll find its way out of play from Molly McCage. Another kill for the middle, number 5. That'll be 7 for her as she continues the hot hand, hitting over 500. Proving her value, being the #1 middle off the draft board.
Yeah, she herself questioned the decision, said to Jordan, why are you taking me first? But essentially it was a snake drop, so the wraparound, it was her and Natalia essentially taking that first spot.
Well, you love to see that, a middle going first, showing the value. When you've got some of the pin attacking lined up, that one's tipped over the top by Abercrombie.
I think the only danger with taking a middle first, yes, she is valuable and she's going to deliver a lot in her position, but typically you want those outside and pin rolls to be just really shored up in terms of offensive production before you take a middle.
Yeah, as you mentioned, with the snake draft, it was an opportunity to do both in the same pick, essentially, as you pick back to back. That ball's wide. 6-7, 57 up.
I also wonder if Thompson knew if Alexa Gray would be available to play or not, because she was a higher draft than I was expecting after that injury.
Indeed. Gray saying she's going to be ready for the next 2. Hancock, a little step in, almost a slide with the left hand. She is getting quite aggressive, is Micah Hancock. That's going to be her 5th kill in 9 attempts. Has not been blocked, has not hit out of bounds. Let her have at it. There's another ace for Abercrombie. So finding ways to contribute is Brittany Abercrombie. 1 block, 1 ace with 10 kills.
Yeah, especially if you're not having the night that you expect offensively, you can still earn points in other ways. We've seen it not only from the service line, also defense.
Good touch, but not enough. So it was 10-5. That'll be 10-6. $60-57 is what you're looking at. Essentially, at this point, this set is just an indicator. You're just going to play until this set is won by 2, but you're really watching that score, the match score below. 60-57 will determine who takes home those 100 points. Hoffman couldn't decide down the line. Justine Wong-Arante's beautiful read on the center. Main hitter out. Where do you go? Haynes back row. Big swing, and it's long. We might have a challenge here. Everyone's signaling they want a challenge. It has to be number 97 that challenges. And in fact, Jordan Thompson does so. They're looking for the ball to be in.
And whether or not this ball goes in or out, I like the decision by the purple side to get Thompson on the floor. That way the blockers know exactly where the ball is going. That does look, it might have clipped the line there for me.
The inner part of the line, the way I'm seeing it right there. That should come pretty quick from our Nashville headquarters.
After review, the challenge of in-out is successful.
Originally ruled out and overturned there. Captain's challenge. Way to go, number 97. And everyone else who signaled with the C for the challenge. Good job all. That'll keep Haynes at the line. Hoffman scooped that one across and then pounded it cross court. That is how you do it at outside.
Again, I've got to give credit to Micah Hancock. The way that she's running and distributing the offense right now, it's causing a lot of trouble. Even with the likes of a Cage on the other side, she looks as if she's playing catch-up every single time.
Nunaviller back to the front row. Top scorer with 10. She can't stop it there. Not a part of the block. Sambothi got a lot of it, but it is well out of bounds.
And a perfect toss there from Punit Panoy. Makes it look pretty smooth on the gold side as well.
2-point lead for Team Hoffman. Looking to keep that at 3 with a side out. Using those outside hitters. Herrera got enough of it. And the redirect finds Nunaviller standing out of bounds. Well, that is not how you draw it up.
A little bit of laughter on the gold side. They know they got lucky, but I still love this dig. That pop up from one hand by Natalia. The face palm to go with it.
That's right up there in basketball where the guy jumps out of bounds and throws the ball back in and hits the guy with it. Oh, McCage, nice drive. Better pass. Sambothi side out. First ball side out. Hanging on to that lead, 62-60. Half a set to go. Lots of runs so far in this match, both directions. Panoy struggling. High dig, that ball's high inside. Natalia once again. Panoy to Thompson. Got it. Again, keeping the ball elevated.
And I was looking at it because we're perfectly on the 3-meter line where we're sitting. That ball wasn't even leading Thompson. Typically from the backcourt, you want a ball that makes you jump from behind and jump into the ball forward. That one was still a little bit behind her. She didn't get a full run up, still gets power on it.
Net violation on Team Hoffman. We are tied at 62.
Nunaville's been one of the missing pieces in this third set. She's only put up 1 point in set number 3 for Team Hoffman. I'd love her to get her back to her first set ways. She had 6 points there, then 4 in the next. Just getting a little too quiet.
Oh, they're trying to get her going here. They're doing a lot of serving down the line to that front row passer. Do they stay on Nunaviller here? Bug is at the line. Natalia inspecting the floor, making sure that everything is safe. That is vitally important in the sport of volleyball.
Childress speaking to Bug about where she might serve. Nunaviller was passing at 47% positive last week, so you know she's going to get a good touch on it, but then it maybe makes it a little bit more difficult to attack.
Hoffman's right down the middle of the court. They go over the shoulder of Nunaviller for the ace. Bug plus 12. And just like that, Team Thompson is up 63-62.
Alicia Childress just smirking on the sideline.
Hit her up high once again. They're going to need something from Abercrombie at that opposite spot, because Thompson is having none of anything. Another stupendous kill from 97.
And right on cue, a timeout called by the purple side. Not surprising, as there's a little run going here.
They were up 10-5. They now trail 13-12. Team Hoffman want to talk about it. The Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball Championship is sponsored by Nike. A close third set, second match here of night number 1 of week 2. We've opened week 2. There are 2 more nights of excellent volleyball action coming your way on Sunday and Monday. Jordan Thompson and her side up 64-62 right now in that overall. We're playing for 100 points here in this third set. Mentioned this is our second match because earlier we had Team Valentin Anderson versus Team Hens. The Team Hens just keeps on rolling. The right arm of Reagan Cooper, 17 kills, hit 300 keys.
Yeah, and she has a really interesting position. She's only playing in the front court. She's in that kind of substitution role with Claire Hoffman in the back, so she only had to focus on one thing and one thing only. That was points scoring, and she did it so well with 17 points in total. That's the kind of performance that you want out of a new player to the league. Showing what she can do, just rising in stock day in and day out, and no doubt will continue to do so.
A couple of players swinging free over there. Danny Drew is normally playing outside hitter, drafted at opposite. 14 kills for her, 260. Parsons right behind with 7 kills, 200. Nice role in the back row, providing a whole bunch of defense and small plays. Those three pick up MVP honors.
Those MVPs correlating perfectly with the number of attempts they had as well. Cooper had 40, Drews had 30, and Parsons had 20. So, well, just get the attempts and get the MVPs.
All right, this set, Jordan Thompson, the captain, has 6 attempts. She's got 5 kills. That's 833. And they have looked incredibly impressive. She'll get another one right now. Vicini slows her for the moment. They need a conversion. Thompson inside the block, it down. This is a predator kind of performance here in the third. There's no killing what can't be killed. There's no stopping what can't be stopped.
And she might have had a conversation with her setter. Look, get me that ball. I don't care about balance anymore. We need to win, and I'm the one that can do it.
Yeah, we could be off balance and right on the money as that ball sneaks to the outside. 65-63.
Thompson has 6 points in this set alone. No one else has more than 2. And it's actually Maddie Bug that's right behind her with 2. So I like the idea of going back to Thompson. She's the captain. Wants to live or die by the sword of it.
Sometimes volleyball can be a simple game. Hancock with her team in need. Natalia soaking up that corner heat. Hoffman, Pinoy. Right flipper, shaken off by a block from Vicini. Big moment there. That'll keep Micah Hancock at the line.
Have a look at this. This is a rotation where Thompson has to run all the way around the court, so it's a little difficult for her to swing. This is what the purple side are capitalizing on right now, is that difficult rotation.
Almost an identical serve. Another opportunity here. Hancock runs under it. Nunaville trying to use the outside edge. Cannot. Natalia. She misses. No challenge there. Completely missed contact. We are tied at 65, and Hoffman is right back on top. They've responded out of the timeout, 15-14.
The challenge, again, to get out of this rotation. This is probably the worst rotation for Jordan Thompson in particular in terms of how she can score, because she has to do that long distance sprint.
Thompson is in the bottom right of your screen, going to run all the way across and then try and set up. They cannot get the ball to her. They cannot get it past the block. Abercrombie got all of that one. Back-to-back straight down stuffs for Team Hoffman.
And Vicini's kind of cheating that way anyway, because she knows how difficult it is for Thompson to get that ball. She's already taken steps in that direction, and it's a solid closed block.
Catching fire, Team Hoffman. A little bit earlier, they didn't spot the other side so many points.
Have a look now. Thompson now probably going to stay on the outside and not make that run around. Here's the change.
Bottom right of your screen. She'll attack on the left. Go high hands, and it's a winner.
I like that change from the gold side. They recognized a couple of points. They were stuck in that rotation. How do you make a change? How do you do something different to score? That's it. You can move your players around according to what their strengths are, and that's a perfect example.
This match has gone evil. 66 all. Bad pass. Block should be there. Doesn't matter. Nunaville scores. (67-66). Maybe 8 points remaining in this set. Thompson bangs it through once again. That'll be her 19th kill. Looks like she's on pace to go to that mythical 20 once again. Her setter, Maddie Bug, in the starting role. 33 assists, count 34 with 12 digs. As Marley Montserrat checks in, the closer. See if they get a couple points on her service once again. Puts Nunaviller to the floor. Thompson tried to wipe it. Second matchup. Bang through the block. Hoffman with a nice angle.
Thompson super aggressive on that first block as well, trying to reach over and grab it before Hoffman even had a chance. And if you look at them standing next to each other, that height advantage that Thompson has, that's what she's trying to capitalize on. Go and get that ball earlier than Hoffman even has a chance to.
So this is where sets can end, right? It's 18-16. That would be a 2-point victory in a set. It's 68-67. You only have to win by 1 in the overall as Thompson goes over Sambothi.
That's a nasty swing from
So
Thompson.
nasty. Oh.
I mean, have a look at the speed she gets in there too. Now she's playing with the speed of her arms, so the blockers are getting comfortable, and then she speeds it up at the end.
Going with the flow of that play, and it works. Abercrombie working off the block and out of bounds. Hoffman, 10 kills in her first captain outing, hitting .360. So able to focus on more than just her own play. Her side could take the victory here. 100 team points would be huge. And to deny Thompson too, maybe draw her back to the crowd, but it is not going to be easy. She is off leash here in the third.
She's gone rogue. Bug knows it as well, especially in a situation like that. Bug's having to kind of scramble to keep the ball in play. Just put it up in that direction.
Thompson, 10 kills, hitting .710 in this set. Ridiculous. MVP 1, shut down the voting right now. It's over. 11.
The numbers are staggering, but the way she does it as well. You look at the way that she contacts the ball, she's just in another realm. The blockers get themselves over low and tight, but she's always just like a couple of inches above them.
Timeout called by Team Hoffman. Their second of the set comes at 19 apiece, and they're trailing by 1 in the overall. You're watching Jordan Thompson ply her trade right now at the highest of levels. Let's learn a little bit more about this young woman who is so dynamic.
Hi, I'm Jordan Thompson. I'm an opposite hitter, and this is my player profile. Someone actually recently asked me what I like to do in my free time, and I told them I like to eat, and they were like, okay. But I love to try new foods and new restaurants and like cute little coffee shops. I feel like vibes are really important to me, so places that have like good music and good food and drinks and stuff. I don't know what it is about horses. I think they're such massive creatures, but they're so powerful, but they're also very gentle. And I think for me, it's really healing to just spend time with them. They're just like such beautiful creatures, and I love them so much. And that's a wrap.
I would say Jordan Thompson is somewhat like a horse herself. Extremely powerful, but gentle.
To her opponents?
Yeah.
Okay,
Gentle
11
to her
kills in
teammates.
set 3 alone. That sounds less than gentle. She has 22. Third time that she has crossed the 20-point mark in kills alone. She's going to stay atop the leaderboard if this continues, and certainly if they're able to take this set to 100 points. Kevin Barnett alongside Olympian Key Michael, who might have a little different definition of gentle than the rest of us.
Well, you know, she's always smiling. She talks about good vibes. She wants to make her whole team feel good, but she's also a competitor. She's also going to go hard when need be. Kind of like, you know, a horse. When you put it in the race, it's going 100%, but then it's just chilling in the field, eating hay. I don't know what horses do.
I'm just going to see how far you would carry that. Thompson with a big lead there. You see atop the leaderboard, 1280. Because she's not making a lot of mistakes. You can hurt yourself as a hitter with error as well. Thompson has those 22 kills. She has been blocked once and hit 3 balls out of bounds on 42. She'll add in a block as well as an ace. So while she's taking a lot of risk, she's getting a ton of reward here. And the reward she'd really like to see is her side winning. They trail by 1 in the set right now. Whoever wins this set wins the match. Need to get a couple. Thompson, middle back, and another hammer off the hands.
This is just another level We've seen her get riled up, but I think this is the best we've seen her play. This set alone,
Agreed.
best she's played all season.
Yep. And they're going to need a little bit more. They still trail by 1. Coming down to crunch time here, playing at 25, win by 2. The overall score is going to be in favor of whoever does win this third set by 2. Thompson in the back row. She'll go to the right. She'll get it. And they got her. Vicini and Nunneviller. I think it was number 42 closing on that one.
It was inevitable at some point. Vicini's already decided she's going to go. You can see Getzinger jumping there, and Vicini's not even looking at her.
How much did Bug see? Doesn't matter. Simple game. Right back. Right back to your horse.
Get back on your horse. Absolutely. Yeah, but I think also there's a difference between that set, that last one dying a little inside. She was forced to swing cross. When Bug gives her the height that she wants, she can go over anyone.
Hoffman still with the 1-point lead. Could be 2 here on the side out. Bug, huge dig. Thompson over the top. Do you go right back to her? She scoops it, gets it, and puts it away.
Captain, my captain, what can she not do? And the purple side have done the correct thing. They put that tip ball, which they couldn't attack, they put it on Thompson. They put it right on her to play that first ball. You're thinking, all right, maybe she'll be out of the offense. Maybe we'll have a chance to go somewhere else. Absolutely not. Bug goes back to her.
A workaholic here in the third. Thompson, a little tap block. Haynes with the dig. If you can scoop it to her, try. Nunneviller gets it instead. And it's blocked. Getzinger closing to Thompson. Huge point. They now lead 23-22. 2 points away from an opportunity at 100. Well, that would put Jordan Thompson at just the 4th match of the season, so far clear of the field. Already establishing control of that leaderboard is number 97, the multiple-time Olympic medalist and one of the world's best opposites. It was all fun and games at the start. Quite serious here at the end. Switching it up on the other side. Going to the 6-2. Haiti Casanova in. No one can stop Thompson. Doesn't matter what you do. Casanova and Blossom are in. They've already used their timeout, so take out that double sub for the side out, as this is a match point, 100-point ball. They've had trouble closing. Has Team Thompson found their groove? It won't matter in this play. They have one more shot, though, 24-23, second chance. Now or never. I wonder where the ball's going.
Yeah, you thought, you know how much trouble they had closing out sets, all those set points. They took 10 in the last couple of sets. Need to do it immediately.
Already 3rd in Athletes Unlimited volleyball history with the kills, and that's where it will stand, along with a win, 76-73. Jordan Thompson is going to finish with one of the all-time great offensive performances. 26 kills is going to put her tied for 3rd with Aubrey Cruz. But Donnie De La Cruz and Claire Hoffman have had 27 in a match, but I have not seen anyone look that impressive in 5 years of Athletes Unlimited pro volleyball play. That is the most dominant offensive performance I have seen. 15 kills in the set. A 3rd set for the ages and a victory in the first voyage of Team Thompson. We will talk to the captain and put a bow on it from Omaha next. In a thrilling finish, Team Thompson comes out ahead 76-73 as they finish off the final frame 25-23. Maddie Bug had 40 assists and 14 digs. She is with Key Michael.
Maddie, welcome back. We know you weren't here last week for the first match. Do you think that affected your draft status this week?
Well, I did have 21 points to start the weekend, which was a bummer, but I also knew, I mean, I was at my brother's wedding, which is one of the reasons that I came back to play in the U.S. I want to be able to go to things like that. So if it affected my draft, I'm okay with that sacrifice.
Well, I feel like you've proven yourself here in this night. What was it about the connection between you and Thompson that was working so well?
Well, actually, she told me to give her the ball, which is always nice as a setter. And also in the preparation period, she told me to set her the same kind of ball that I set my opposite last year, Danielle Coutinho. So as a setter, that's a really easy cue, you know, just set the ball that you know. So I was really lucky, actually.
Is there anything you guys are going to be working on specifically in the next couple of trainings before we see you again in 2 days?
Yeah, it was a weird week because we played, today's Thursday. It's kind of like summer camp here, you never know what day it is. But we only had one practice before, and we had the earliest slot, and we also have a little bit of an older team, a mature team, so we were all hurting a little bit in the morning. So I think we'll work on offensive connection for sure, and then probably just being able to maintain our level, because we played a lot like this. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on getting the win, and I can't wait to see you on the court again. Thanks so much. Back to you, Kevin.
Late in the match, it kind of turned into simple volleyball. Set your best player and see if anyone can stop her, and the answer was no one could stop Jordan Thompson. 15 kills in the third frame of action, and it just became the Jordan Thompson show. She finishes with 26 kills overall, and was there every moment that her team needed her. It didn't matter if the ball was on the net, off the net, stretching high, hitting hard, making fantastic contact, and some of these were just downright brutal kills inside the block. Defenders without a chance. But we gave Key Michael a chance. She's covering Jordan Thompson right now.
And another big win for your side. Your draft strategy was to take a middle blocker first. Do you think it paid off?
Oh, for sure. I feel like Molly killed it. Obviously, the whole team did so well, and I'm really happy that I think the fire and energy that Molly brings, as well as her skill and talent, really helps to drive teams to be successful. And I think I'm really happy with my first-round draft pick, Molly McCage.
Well, your entire team, you talked about the vibes being really important, and there was a little dip there in the first set. What changed in the second and third?
You know, we had to talk about just having some, honestly, FU energy, have this sense of urgency, and nothing obviously personal against the other team, but as competitors, you can't expect anybody to give it to you. I think especially with AU, every set and every point is important. So no one's going to give you anything. And so just continuing to scratch and claw for every single point, and instead of oh, we're doing well, it's just going to keep going this way. No, we need to make that happen. And so I think we really turned it around in the last two sets.
Speaking of scratching and clawing, I referenced you being a horse, powerful, but also gentle. Do you feel like that on the court?
I mean, if you think that, then I love that, yeah. Let's go with it.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on another win, another 20-point performance. Phenomenal work. And Kevin, back to you.
Taking it to the other side, Jordan Thompson absolutely treat the other side poorly. It's a competition with a score, 76-73. We'll wrap it up from Omaha.
On JT's D, we're gonna go really line, head up on ball, and then 6 is really gonna take one step to 1. Yes, so good. Alone. Yes, hey! Let's go, guys. Hell yeah. Hey, our side. Yes.
They fought valiantly, did Team Hoffman, but in the end, they could not come up with the victory. They had closed in the first to 28-26, fighting out 4 set points. From that point forward, Team Thompson was able to finish off just enough in the second and then strongly in the third, 76-73. Welcome back to Omaha, Nebraska. Kevin Barnett alongside Key Michael. Key, first time out for Team Hoffman, first time out for Team Thompson. We talked a lot to Team Thompson after the victory. What about Team Hoffman? What are their takeaways?
I think they did a really good job of spreading the ball out. I talked a lot about Micah Hancock and how she was using her different pieces of the puzzle. And I think if you don't have one terminal hitter like a Jordan Thompson, you cannot rely too heavily on one player. And I think they certainly did that really well. And we saw them come back in that first set because they were spreading it out and causing some confusion. They served really tough as well. Those are the kind of things that can make you a competitive team, even if they didn't get over the edge in the end.
Brooke Nuneviller finishes with 12 kills to the point of balance. Abercrombie with 11 and Hoffman with 11 as well. There is Brooke Nuneviller, who contributed all throughout the stat sheet as she does. Looking at the match stats, no surprise here that things are fairly close in several categories.
Yeah, one of the things that I'm not seeing very close is the digs, 63-39. So again, we talk about how defense wins games, even if offense is what we focus on. Team Thompson were picking up a lot of balls, and they were just putting things in a good position to play it again and to go again. So credit to Pianette Panoy for being a big part of that, as well as a few of the other defenders just popping that ball up, and Bug as well is a big part of that defense.
So if you're scouting Team Thompson, you have matches against them, what do you do to try and slow down the top hitter in Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball?
Well, I think everyone's been trying to figure out that the question to that one particular, the answer to that one particular question, because she's one of those players that you just throw up the ball anywhere and she's going to do something good with it. She has really good footwork, eye work, and decision making, gets that ball really high. So in the one sense, you have to do what this purple side did, which is serve tough and try and make it difficult to get the ball to her. You got to put two blockers up on her in every instance, and maybe just try and take out some of the other pieces of the game, defend and get touches on her when you can.
See Molly McCage handing out the iPad there. They are doing the MVP voting. That will add into our leaderboard. There's no question that Jordan Thompson is going to remain atop that leaderboard. Already over 1,000 points coming into this weekend, scoring over 1,000 in the first, and she's going to be at 1,400. I'd expect her to get MVP 1 honors, no doubt, adding on to that. So it might be 1,460 coming up, but good success again for Team Hens tonight.
Yeah, and that was pretty much a rinse and repeat. We mentioned it. I think it was 5 of those players were from that purple squad that Thompson and Hens were part of in week 1. So it's no surprise that they've kind of gone back and done exactly what they did last time, which was score points.
Thanks for joining us here in Omaha. 76-73. Team Thompson defeats Team Hoffman in what was a thriller with that 100-point and deciding set at the end. We've only just begun action here in week 2. We have 2 more nights coming at you. It'll be Sunday and Monday before we head off to Wisconsin. Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball Championship continues Sunday. That'll be 4 Eastern, and then again at 6:30 Eastern, a little bit earlier. Check out where to watch on the website at auprovolleyball.com. For Key Michael and our entire crew here in Omaha, I'm Kevin Barnett. Thanks for watching, and congratulations, Team Thompson.